is an excerpt from a letter written in a Bombay hotel room on July the 15th, 1990. It's from Dexter Mayhew to his good friend Emma Morley, and the only other thing you need to know is that while he's writing this, he's drunk. Since I started this letter, I've drunk 2 more beers, and so I'm ready to say this now. Here goes. Em, we've known each other for 5 or 6 years now, 2 years properly, as, friends, which isn't that long, but I think I know a bit about you, and I think I know what your problem is, and be aware that I have a low 2-2 in anthropology, so I know what I'm talking about. If you don't know my theory, stop reading now. Good. Here it is. I think you're scared of being happy, Emma. I think you think that the natural way of things is for your life to be grim and grey and dour, and to hate your job, hate where you live, not to have success or money or, God forbid, a boyfriend. In fact, I'll go further and say that I think you actually get a kick out of being disappointed and underachieving because it's easier, isn't it? Failure and unhappiness is easier because you can make a joke out of it. Is this annoying you? I bet it is. Well, I've only just started. Em, I hate thinking of you sitting in that awful flat with the weird smells and noises and the overhead light bulbs, or sat in that laundrette. And by the way, there's no reason in this day and age why you should be using a laundrette. There's nothing cool or political about a laundrette. It's just depressing. I don't know, Em. You're young, you're practically a genius, and yet your idea of a good time is to treat yourself to a service wash. Well, I think you deserve more. You are smart and funny and kind, too kind if you ask me, and by far the cleverest person I know, and I'm drinking more beer here. Deep breath. You are also a very attractive woman, and more beer. Yes, I do mean sexy as well, although I feel a bit sick writing it down. Well, I'm not going to scribble it out because it's politically incorrect or because it is also true. You are gorgeous, you old hag, and if I could give you just one gift forever for the rest of your life, it would be this: confidence. I would give you the gift of confidence, either that or a scented candle. I know from your letters and from seeing your one-woman show that you feel a little bit lost right now, a bit rudderless and oarless and aimless, but that's okay. That's all right, because we're all meant to be like that at 24. In fact, our whole generation is like that. I read an article about it. It's because we never fought in a war or watched too much telly or something. Anyway, the only people with oars and rudders and aims are bores and squares and careerists. I certainly don't have a master plan. I know you think I've got it all sorted out, but I haven't. I worry too. I just don't worry about housing benefit and the future of the Labour Party and where I'm going to be in 20 years' time and how Mr. Mandela is adjusting to freedom. So this is my big idea, and it might be insane, but I'm going to post this before I change my mind. Follow these simple instructions. 1, leave that crappy job right now. Let them find someone else to melt cheese on tortilla chips for £2.20 an hour. Put a bottle of tequila in your bag and walk out the door. Think what that will feel like, Em. Walk out now. Just do it. 2, I also think you should leave that flat. Tilly's ripping you off, charging all that money for a room without a window. It isn't a box room, it's a box. 3, as soon as you've read this, go to the student travel agency on Tottenham Court Road and book an open return flight to Delhi to arrive as near as possible to August the 1st, 2 weeks' time, which, in case you've forgotten, is my 25th birthday. The night before, get a train to Agra and stay in a cheap motel. Next morning, get up early and go to the Taj Mahal. Perhaps you've heard of it. It's a big white building named after that Indian restaurant on the Lothian Road. Have a look around, and at precisely 12 midday, you can stand directly under the centre of the dome with a red rose in one hand and a copy of Nicholas Nickleby in the other hand, and I will come and find you, Em. I will be carrying a white rose and my copy of Howard's End, and when I see you, I will throw it at your head. Isn't that the greatest plan you've ever heard in your life? I'm sorry if this letter has annoyed you. The main thing is that I think about you a lot, that's all. Dex and Em, Em and Dex. Come to India. Call me sentimental, but there's no one in the world that I'd like to see get dysentery more than you. Taj Mahal, 1st of August, 12 noon, I will find you. Love, your friend, Dexter. Thank you very much. Thank you.